I didn't know anything. I was lost. I just only knew work out, go like play hard, and someone will find you eventually. Once you gave me the program, I was like, damn, my numbers are getting pretty good, and I feel it better. And I noticed like in my outfield, I would have more range than I had last year. And
Here we have Matthew. Matthew, feel free to introduce yourself.
hello, my name is Matthew Garza. I'm a 2026 grad from Texas, and my positions are outfield and pitcher.
And before joining into my program, I guess first and foremost, how did you come across my page, or was it your parents? Like, what was that experience like?
So my mom found your page on
Okay,
Facebook around a year ago. So
okay.
as my season ended in my junior year,
Mm.
and she never told me about it until late summer. She was like, she thought it was like a little skeptical because it was mainly online instead of in person where I have to go
Mhm.
somewhere. And
Absolutely.
so my thing was is this, well, let me try it out, let me see, because what's the harm that can do? You know, I didn't know anything, I was lost. I just only knew work out, go like play hard, and someone will find you eventually. Hearing that you would help us out, you would give us programs, you would show us how to email coaches, it helped out a lot.
Before joining into the program, like, walk me through where your numbers were. Like, do you remember where maybe your arm velocities were, your 60 time, maybe your first 5-10-5? Like, walk me through some of the progressions there.
So my first 5-10-5 was almost 5 seconds, if I'm not mistaken.
And
Or
where are you
not
at
five
now?
seconds. Like I haven't checked it because I've right now the season we're going, we're going,
Okay.
we're going. But I know
What was your fastest? Maybe that's a
my
better question.
fastest time, a 4.23
Four
is what
two
my fastest
three.
time was. Yeah, a
Dang,
four
dude.
two
Okay, so
three.
like 0.8 seconds off of the
Yeah.
5-10-5. Obviously, what do you feel like was the root cause for all that?
The root cause, I'd have to be the sprinting program. I never really ran a lot. I kind of the only reason why I was kind of fast was like when I was in track in middle school,
Mm,
because my dad was like, "Hey, try it out." So I was like, "Let me do track."
mhm,
And I got a little faster, and once you gave me the program, I was like, "Damn, my numbers are getting pretty good." And
mhm,
I feel it better. And I noticed like in my outfield, I would have more range than I had last year. And when I was running and sprinting, it felt a lot better and faster with the mechanics and just with the speed, agility, and work. It was really nice.
And as far as like on the recruiting side, because you were kind of in between, junior and senior year when joining in, walk me through like where were you at in the whole college recruiting process?
I was nowhere. I didn't have an X account. I didn't make my highlights. I would post on Instagram, but that was just so I can have something to post on. But nobody really told me, hey, show yourself, like put yourself out there. My coach would tell me, but wouldn't usually tell me how to do it. He'd just be like, just do it, try something out, find something. So when he told me, make an email, send them, you have your videos, like it helped a lot and it really opened up my mind, like, oh, I gotta put myself out there. And when I did, a few coaches followed me on X.
I think that's always an interesting thing, right? Because there's a lot of noise out there, and like for example, there's a lot of like seminars about recruiting. You should do this, you should do that. But no one, like you said, no one actually shows you how to do that. When we're talking about like the college commitment blueprint and kind of like how we, segment it out and structure it out, the steps. What was that experience like? Was that like overwhelming? Was it consolidated? Was it pretty easy?
I would say at first it was a little overwhelming because
Mhm.
since I was a senior, I was a little late to the party and I didn't really know what I was doing. But following the steps that I had and keeping it up, like when I was at that winter break, that's all I did was make an email, make more emails, and then
Mhm.
following till now, it's just like I had those emails, they've seen it. I have film that I can show them like, hey, this is me now. Apart
Mhm.
from when I sent you the email, and it's been fun. I like it, especially
Mhm.
with all the courses. It's really nice to have and open up your phone like, oh, I can just do this. You know, I'm not doing
Mhm.
anything right now. Let me go do some bands. Let me go do some mobility
Mhm.
work. Let me go sprint, just to get
Mhm.
faster.
To kind of hit on what you mentioned earlier, right? Like to the people that maybe see my posts for the first time, whether it's a player or parent, probably more parents,
Yeah.
and they just say, "Hey, man, this dude's a scammer. He's not real. He's AI, whatever the case may be." Since you kind of had a little bit of those feelings as well,
Yeah.
walk me through like what actually helped you guys take that first initial step and like schedule that call with me.
I would say with my mom, she did find it skeptical, and then when I saw you and you're like he played college baseball, he was an MLB player, and now he's trying to help other kids. I was like, you don't see that, you don't. I didn't see it as a scam. I just thought maybe he's just trying to help kids out, like what to go through the process of. And when I found your Instagram and I've seen what he was showing, I was like, hey, this is some pretty good stuff, like this is not what other people would say, like, oh, buy my course and you'll get all this stuff. And no, like even without the course, you still gave people information on what to do, how the process was, what things they can change, like how to improve their 60s, how to improve their arm velo, how to get more exit velo, what to do when working out and the dieting. Like I never really saw that pop up on either TikTok, X, or Instagram. When I found you, I was like, hey, let's try this out, you know? He seems like a legit guy. I wouldn't mind doing it. He's telling us how the process goes. He's telling us what we can do outside of the emailing, and with the emailing, it's all nice to have.
I get that quite often for whatever reason. Who knows? But yeah, definitely try to help people out with the free content out there, like on Instagram and
Yeah.
things like that. But who would you say my program is definitely not for?
Probably those guys that are already doing a bunch of other stuff in person, like those guys that are in what are those travel ball, like we have like those banditos where you
Yeah.
pay a lot of money and then they go showcase out, and it's like maybe not those guys. Maybe the
Mhm.
guys that were more like me, where we didn't have that much money to really say, oh, we have to go travel here, travel here. Not that I play local, but that I my stats showed that I was pretty good. And then this guy comes and he's like, oh, I can help you with your stats and show yourself out there. Probably those guys instead of the guys
The
that are
underdog kind
always,
of then, right?
yeah,
Yeah, the
the guys that are just
underdog.
paying and paying and paying. Maybe
Mhm.
not those guys.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you on that. As far as on the flip side, who do you think? Like, let's talk about like grades. Like you mentioned that your mom found me about a year ago when you were a junior. When is the perfect time to join my program? In my opinion, it's like there's not really a perfect time. If you're looking for it, good luck.
Yeah,
But if you had to kind of pinpoint the optimal time to be able to go through the program, get some of these resources, I guess looking back since you did join in your senior year, when do you wish you could have joined into the program?
maybe my freshman year.
Freshman
Eighth
year.
grade, yeah, freshman year, because I did have like travel ball stuff. I
Mhm.
went to Houston and all those places like
Mhm.
once in a while. I would say my freshman year because it was high school. You're playing kids 4 years older than you. You know,
Mhm.
you're playing kids that are 18, 19, and you're just some
Mhm.
14-year-old scrawny kid, not a single clue what to do. To build the process like from freshman to sophomore year with the workout program, with the mobility program and the sprinting, I feel like that would play a huge role for your junior and senior year. At least
Mhm.
that's what like for me was my personal thing because I want to say I had like a breakthrough, but like my sophomore year is when I did pretty good, but
Mhm.
I was 155 when I was a sophomore, and then I jumped to 170, gaining weight, and I hit a little harder. I gained a little speed. I feel like freshman year is like the best time to go.
It's the building blocks, right?
Yeah.
Brick by brick, if we can build ourselves into the best player. Cool, man. Well, I guess last question, like if you before joining into this program maybe came across this interview right now, right? What would you say to maybe your younger self to maybe help him understand, the expectations within the program or what he's, getting into?
I'd probably tell them enjoy the process and definitely don't take for granted the time that they would have for this whole like all this time. Because
Mhm.
from a month from now I'm gonna graduate, and it's a cool experience to have, definitely, and all the stuff to memorize or even to take with me in the summer, better my performance and get a bit stronger and faster. To
Mhm.
definitely just enjoy the grind and don't take anything for granted.